righty, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Joe Schad. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good?
What's up, Big O? Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you, sir. So I'm just I'm having fun because the Justin Herbert fan club has kind of calmed down a little bit after watching him throw his. Did you know this stat? He has thrown 4 fourth quarter pick sixes, and that's exactly what Marino threw his entire career.
It's an interesting statistic.
Yeah. Yes, it
It's a
is.
lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun to watch the Chargers and the Chiefs. There are very few things I would rather do than watch the Chargers and the Chiefs play football. That is very exciting football.
I like humbling Justin Herbert people better. To me, that's a hell of a lot better to humble those people than watch that game. That's the best part of it. Watching underthrown after underthrown pass last night by both quarterbacks, because it only happens to Tua. Mahomes almost intercepted, but that only happens to Tua. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just these are things. It's just I'm then he picks up the Tanny stats at the end where he gets the touchdown when there's no pressure and down by 10, and he gets praised for being a tough guy and standing in there and all that. Tua would have gotten killed for the pick six. It would have been on TV for the next 48 hours, people ripping Tua until Sunday. And then the garbage points at the end, they would have given him no credit, no toughness, no nothing. To me, just the double standard. I just love watching the double standard take place every single Sunday with that kid compared to the shit I watched last night.
What's the question?
Just saying, the double standard. What do you
So
think?
the question is,
The double standard
Joe,
is how many
so hold on.
how many
So the question
underthrown
is,
passes were yesterday?
so the question is, Joe, do you believe that Tua is held to a different standard? That's the question, right?
No, do you believe that Tua is held to a ridiculous standard?
No, I don't believe that to be the
Okay.
case. I think that Tua is held to a fair standard.
Okay.
We have a different perspective on that, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. That's fine.
So you I hate to use the
Yes.
phrase narrative because I feel like it's overused in sports journalism. But the prism through which you watch every football play is through the prism of the world is unfair to Tua, and
Yes.
just
Yes.
Justin
Yes,
Justin
I've noticed.
Herbert
Yes, I've noticed.
Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes are fantastic quarterbacks, unbelievably good quarterbacks. Now, does that mean that Tua
Pat
can't be a
Mahomes.
good
No,
NFL
no, no, no,
quarterback?
no. Pat Mahomes is an incredibly great quarterback. Justin Herbert is an incredible talent. He's not an incredible quarterback yet. He hasn't won anything, Joe. He hasn't won a damn thing. That's the problem with some of you out there. And I throw your ass in there too. You guys are anointing somebody that hasn't accomplished shit, dude. He doesn't win in the fourth quarter. He doesn't get to the playoffs. Joe, last week the Raiders cut it to 4. They gave him the ball. He couldn't close the game out. The defense closed it out. Last year, the playoffs were on the line. He threw a pick 6 to Houston instead of cutting the lead to 1 score. Last night, the game's on the line and he throws a pick 6. Okay. If Tua has 4 pick sixes in the fourth quarter in his short career, they would be annihilating the kid.
Big O.
We got to stop
O.
with this great quarterback shit. Great
Big O.
quarterbacks are Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes. Do not ever put Herbert ever in that class, Joe. That sounds asinine.
Let me
Okay,
ask you a question.
let's
Let
put
me let me.
Tom
Do I get
Brady
to
in that
talk? When do
category.
I? I know I'm not
No,
on camera, but
I know,
do
but
I get to talk?
please
You don't
don't
let me
don't
talk.
say great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want you to answer this question honestly.
Mhm.
if Chris Greer was offered Justin Herbert for Tua Tagovailoa today, and you were Chris Greer, would you make the trade?
No,
You wouldn't.
no,
You wouldn't. You
no,
wouldn't.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I'm a Tua guy, dude.
All right. Well, let me
I
ask you this:
believe in
Do
the
you do you
guy.
believe do you believe do you believe this statement is accurate? Do you believe this statement is accurate?
What's that?
That 90% or more of NFL executives, scouts, and coaches, if polled, would say that they would trade Tua for Herbert.
For sure. For
Okay.
sure.
So 90+% of NFL scouts, executives, and coaches are wrong in your opinion.
Yeah, people
Are wrong.
picked
Okay.
Ryan Leaf.
Okay.
People picked Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning, didn't they?
But that was before we had evidence. We now have evidence
I'm
of
sorry.
how
I'm
talented
sorry.
Justin Herbert is. We
I'm
have
sorry.
evidence of the
I'm sorry.
fact
So
that
was
I
Jeff
was
George,
wrong.
bro. So was Jeff George. He was super talented also. So was Steve Young, my brother. I mean, I'm sorry. What's it called? What's the young guy from Texas? Whatever. The quarterback from Texas that choked. What's his name? Whatever. That had the Rose Bowl game.
Are you talking about Vince Young?
Vince Young. Yeah, super talented. You know, talent doesn't mean shit, Joe. You keep hanging on talent and talent and talent. If you want, we can have this conversation. Achilles Smith had talent too, my man. Ryan Leaf had talent. You want to play
How
that
can
game?
you compare Achilles Smith and Ryan Leaf to Justin Herbert?
No,
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I
You
know, I
make me.
know, I know.
You make
Achilles Smith.
you.
I know
Wait.
Achilles Smith and Justin Herbert won shit at Oregon. I
Okay.
know I can't compare them. They
So
didn't win anything.
I've been learning about this phrase called gaslighting. It's where you try to make someone feel like they're crazy, right? I feel like you're trying to make me feel like I'm crazy.
You
I
are.
have n- I
You
have
are
no
when you
no. I
label
have no vision.
when you put Justin Herbert in the same category as Pat Mahomes as Pat Mahomes, I lost my effing mind. Yes. Yeah, don't ever put Justin Herbert in Brady or Mahomes category or Rodgers, people that have accomplished and won in this league, to a guy that is a yellow belly bastard so far every time he's in a pressure situation. That's what it's been the first 2 years. And if it happens to
I
Tua
don't.
yesterday, they roast his ass, bro. They
I
roast
don't.
him.
Okay, so I got to be honest. I don't think that you believe all the things you say.
Oh no, yeah,
I
I
don't.
believe. Oh
No,
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 I,
no, no. I
I
don't.
believe it.
No, no,
Oh yeah.
no. I don't actually believe it. By the
Okay.
way, news at a Dolphins camp. I'm not in Miami Gardens, but Cam Wolf tweeting Austin Jackson will be placed on injured reserve. So Greg Little is your like in all likelihood starting offensive tackle, which is not great.
What did your tape lie about Greg Little?
He did okay. He did good. He did fine. Honestly, there shouldn't be a huge drop off in talent from Austin Jackson to Greg Little. Austin Jackson is a more talented player, but Greg Little was drafted high in the second round for a reason too. Okay, he has not lived up to expectations in the same way that Austin Jackson has not lived up to expectations. Very interesting with the Dolphins Ravens this week because the Dolphins, are going to have a hard time slowing down a very good Ravens defensive front. Excellent, excellent pass rushers, but the Ravens are banged up in the secondary. So what do? Do you still try to put the ball in the air? It's kind of a
Of course.
conundrum, a little bit of a dilemma for Mike McDaniel.
Well, they have no choice, Joe. Until they can run, they
Can't
have
run
to
it.
pass. So they have
You
no
don't.
choice.
Yeah, it's
What
hard
I'd
to.
like to see is Mostert and Chase catch the ball more out of the backfield. That's what I'd like to see a little bit more, and maybe
And
we'll get
Gesicki
some of that.
and Gesicki.
Yeah,
Let's see if
maybe they were saving him for this game. I keep wondering that because it was just so weird that they didn't use him at all. And even as Ukama, I'd be very interested if they're going to use him this week to try and kickstart the running game a little bit and use him in a Debo type fashion. That I'd be interested to see if Azukama becomes activated this week. And because again, this whole game plan specific stuff that we talk about with McDaniel, we're going to find out. And how about Tanner Connor? Here's another guy that is
well,
all of
he's been
a sudden,
banged up.
yeah, but it looks like he's cleared enough to play, right? If they wanted to this week.
Yeah, I like Tanner Connor as a long-term developmental prospect. I mean, if you have some information that he might be active this week, that's very interesting. I certainly wouldn't put him in there this week.
All
Teron
I,
Armstead,
all
by the
I
way,
would tell you
questionable.
is Joe, look at their track record. They hung on to Cater. That kid missed half of camp. Tanner missed half of camp, and they hung on to him. Vernon McKinley didn't really play a whole ton, and they hung on to him. And they played Cater, and they didn't flinch. They when they like somebody, they're going to put trust in him. And I would not be surprised if Tanner Connor is whipped out at one point or another. It's not this week, in the very near future, because you just don't keep a guy on the 53 and don't expose him to the practice squad and all that stuff. You must have some conviction on what you see in that
I
young.
don't know. The Dolphins have a lot of tight ends. The Dolphins have 5 tight ends. Guys like Ethan Carter are good on special teams. How many tight ends can you dress? And you even have,
This guy
you
has
know,
that Kittle attitude of one, he'll run around you, or he'll try to run through you.
he's a receiver. You're talking about the kid from Idaho State.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but keep
yeah.
in mind, he's a converted receiver.
I'm telling you his mindset. I'm telling you what kind of person he is. This is a guy that you might look at him as a receiver. He looks at himself like a maniac that can run through a building that's on fire.
All right, listen,
Just
Teron Armstead is
wired
going
a
to be
little different. It's a wired.
some news at a Dolphins camp. And again, I'm not there, but our Hal Habib tweeting that Mike McDaniel says Armstead will be questionable at left tackle with a toe injury. I know if he can play, he will. Here's the thing: I'm going to assume that Armstead starts at left tackle and Little starts at right tackle. If Armstead has to leave the game, now Little goes to left tackle, Hunt goes to right tackle from right guard, and Robert Jones, which you saw for a play or two or more in the last game, goes to right guard. That might be okay, but again, the Ravens are probably going to exploit that. Just in general, I'm taking the under in Sunday's game. I would
Wow.
have to pick.
You're
I would
already
have to
going
take.
to over and under? Holy
I would
crap.
have to take the Ravens to win, but it's not impossible to think that the Dolphins could pull off the upset on Sunday. Interesting stat: since 2019, when Brian Flores took over, Dolphins against the spread 30, 19, and 1. So if you bet the Dolphins in the 3 Brian Flores years and in the first game on Sunday, you're looking pretty good. We do have to give credit to Flores for exceeding expectations against Vegas's spread. And also, I tweeted a stat, Big O. I don't know if you saw this,
I
but
saw that. Very,
it
very
got
good stat on the
it got
AFC.
nearly 4,000 comments, likes, and retweets on Twitter because
Mhm.
people were shocked that over the last 36 games played, only 3 AFC teams have more wins than the Dolphins. 3, the
I know.
Chiefs, Bills, and Titans. And
Yeah.
that was a very shocking statistic. I wrote a newsletter about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Type
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Conference
You're
Post
picking them.
newsletters.
Yet you're
Yeah,
picking against them after they
yeah.
stifled the Ravens last year. After Lamar Jackson could not figure out the zero cover blitz, but somehow you think he's going to figure out the zero cover blitz from the offseason till now. They've got a better offensive staff. They got better offensive talent, and you're picking the Ravens.
Well, I
Interesting.
wouldn't bet this game. I wouldn't bet this game. I like the under in this game. So I like, what is the under? I don't know. I like a
44 and a half.
16.
44
Yeah,
and a half.
I like 16, 13, 19, 13, 19, 15, something like that. Really like the under in this game. I just think that both offenses are going to have a little bit of a hard time moving the ball.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're definitely going to have it, but I think Lamar is going to struggle even more. I think the Dolphins are going to turn his ass over a couple times when it's all
On
said and
ESPN, they talked about whether or not, I forget the phrasing, but it was something like stud or dud, and they picked Tua to be a dud against the Ravens.
of course.
And well, it's because the Ravens defense is quite good. So
How much better is it than it was last year?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
Okay.
know they're banged up in the secondary and they have a really good front. So, with the Dolphins being banged up on the
Were
line,
they banged up in the secondary last year?
do you remember? I don't know. Were they?
No, I'm just saying.
I
It's
don't know.
just
I don't
it's
know.
it's kind of weird. Like they're probably not really better than they were last year, and yet Miami is probably better than they were last year, and yet it's kind of
Well, it's going
it's
to take a little while for perceptions to change.
okay.
It's going to take a little while. A very small
Well,
percentage of this
I'll pick the
country,
Dolphins to win last week, and I
right?
won, and I laid the points, and I'll pick the Dolphins to win this week,
Well, I was
and I'll
correct. I
take
said the
the
Dolphins
points.
would cover. Yeah, I said the Dolphins would cover. It's interesting. Most of the money came in on the Dolphins last week. That was smart money. 81% of people who are betting an outright winner in this game, where they call that the money line, are taking the Dolphins. So the sharps, they say, right? They like the Dolphins with the taking into consideration the odds.
Okay. All right.
I
All
just wish
righty.
I just wish it wasn't pick one side or the other. It just kind of stinks.
What do you mean pick one
It's
side or
what
the other? On
that
what?
that Tua is either great or sucks. That Justin
Well,
Herbert is either
that's the
great
narrative.
or sucks. No,
That's
no,
a
but it's just really annoying. I don't know.
to
But you
me,
like
look,
it. You like it. No,
Justin
no, you
Herbert.
like it. You like it, right? You like that.
Oh no,
You like pick
I
a
love.
side.
No,
He's
no,
great or he sucks.
no, no.
Show
The
Schad.
part.
Love him or hate him. He's terrible
No,
or he sucks. Am I
the
great?
part I enjoy is
You love it.
humbling the Herbert people. I love
Okay.
humbling Herbert people because they talk about him and they talk about him like he's actually done something, and he's done nothing so far. He has won nothing so far, and he's had a much better situation
Hey, he's like
than Tua.
is he like
Much better.
23, 24 years old? I
I
mean,
exact but
what
you had him right next to Mahomes. Think about that. He's accomplished nothing, and you had him as a great quarterback with Mahomes.
here's all I need to know.
Insulting.
Okay. Here's all I need to know. And I appreciate your enthusiasm and your full-fledged support of Tua. You said you wouldn't trade Tua for Justin Herbert. All right. I'm just gonna let that breathe. All right. Well, and you admitted that 90% plus of people in football would say you're wrong.
Right.
So you're obviously smarter than everyone else.
Well, hey,
You're
listen.
smarter than everyone else.
Hey, listen.
You're a genius. You're a
A lot of
genius.
you got suckered with Ryan Tannehill going to Tennessee, and I had to hear it for a couple of years. Oh, Ryan turned the corner. Ryan, this. I don't know what you wrote. Did you write that he turned the corner? By the way.
Turned the corner? No, I never use that phrase.
Okay. You never wrote that he was a franchise guy or anything, that the Dolphins made a mistake and they didn't handle him the right way or something. You never wrote anything like that. You sure?
No, that was probably before I came back to the beat
Okay.
in 16.
Okay. Okay. Well, plenty of people got fooled with that, and then they all came back to me after, and they like, oh yeah, no, you were right. Okay, it's right. Hey, listen, last year when I'm telling you Flores is getting fired in the middle of a winning streak, it's all right, bro. How many people? In fact, you answer this question: how many people thought I was wrong when Flores was going to get fired during a winning streak? Is it 90 or is it 99.9999999%?
Yeah, no, listen, I'll give you credit when you're right. You were right about that.
No, no, no. The thing is, my
I
brother,
just said you're right.
I'm not afraid to go
Yeah,
against the grain, and I
right.
don't get flustered, and I don't get nervous, and I stand my ground every single time. So when I'm wrong, I'll tell you, hey, dude, I
Well,
screwed
it's
up.
also
I was
true
wrong.
that if no one, if Tua is not the quarterback next year and Herbert is a seven-time All-Pro, no one will remember or care that
Oh
you
no,
were wrong.
no, they will. Are you kidding me? People still say about me saying get Brock Osweiler in the third round. So, it's all right. It's all good. I take it, bro. I'm here. I'm here every day. I've been here for 32 years. I'll take the lumps, the good and the bad. That's all. It's fine. I'm good. I'm a big boy. I can stand. I can stand. I can get in the kitchen and I can stand all the heat that's in the kitchen. In fact, more often than not, I'm the one creating the heat in the kitchen. That's the beauty. That's why fire never ever flinches with
One
fire.
last question before I go,
Yes.
because I got to go in a minute here. Albert Breer tweeted how crazy it is that for the next 10 years in the AFC, everyone's going to have to deal with these quarterbacks. Okay, and he listed 7 of them. None of them are Tua. Everyone said you left off Tua. Okay, Dolphin fans. So, which of these quarterbacks, when their careers are over, will Tua be better than? When all their careers are over, when everything is done. Okay, ready?
Go
You
ahead.
tell me yes or no. Josh Allen.
No.
Yes or no? Okay. Joe Burrow.
No.
Okay, 0 for 2. All right. Justin Herbert.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh God. Yes. Not even close.
Interesting. So Tua Tagovailoa's career will be remembered as greater than Lamar Jackson's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
That's
he actually will turn into a real quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence.
Something Lamar Jackson. No, I like Trevor Lawrence. Although he is in Jacksonville. So he might go way of Archie Manning. If like you know what I'm saying?
Mahomes.
Oh, Mahomes is already there, bro. What are you
All right,
talking about?
Watson.
Watson, that's a good one, bro. And it's not because he can't play. He's a great player and all that. I'm just wondering if all this stuff throws him off track and he never really finds his groove again. That's the interesting part about Watson. That's the
I mean,
part
I
I'm
think.
Really intrigued with. He's a
Yeah.
player and a half.
Yeah. I mean, he has one of the
I've
best
been a
passer
Watson.
ratings in NFL history.
Yeah, I've been a Watson guy since he was at Clemson, but that's a guy that's a winner. That guy, he made plays in big moments and big
All right.
games. Things that Justin Herbert has never done.
All
That's
right.
the
So you
difference
don't.
between
So you
Deshaun
don't like
Watson.
Justin. So even if you're right, even if Justin Herbert is never going to live up to expectations and Lamar Jackson is overrated, even if you're right, here's the problem: the Dolphins have to beat Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. That's 5
Teams can do that.
quarterbacks. Those are 5
Teams can do that.
quarterbacks with Hall of Fame potential.
You don't
All
play
right.
the
So my
quarterback.
my
You
my
play
point
Joe.
is,
You play the team, my brother. You don't play the quarterback. Okay. Joe Montana didn't have half the talent of John Elway, but he had 3 times the team and the coach, my brother. That's how it goes in this world. Joe Gibbs never had a franchise quarterback, yet he won 3 titles with 3 different quarterbacks and none of them Hall of Famers. Teams can beat other great teams and great quarterbacks. The job is of Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer to build the team around Tua that can take down Mahomes and Josh Allen and all of that. But it isn't going to be Tua by himself. It was never Breeze by himself. It was never Greasy by himself. It was never Montana by himself. And it was never Fran Tarkenton by himself. They all needed the help of incredible teams that were around them, my friend. Trent Dilfer is not very good, yet he played with a generational defense and team and won a title. It's a team game. You guys are too locked into focusing in on one player when several lesser quarterbacks have won titles that couldn't hold Marino's jock. You know what I mean? It's team game, bro. Team game. Don't put it all on Tua. It's up to Chris Greer and McDaniel to build that team.
enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game. I think it's going to be a good one.
You got it, my brother. You be good. There you go. The Hijinks is over with Joe Schad. Our Hijinks Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report happy hour 4 to 7 p.m. By the way, you can also order a table ahead of time and they will give you a glass of champagne for free. So get on out there to hijinksportsgrill.com. Call them in Boca. Joe Schad, by the way, swears by the wing. I'm dying to try the wings. Now that Joe Schad has been, swearing by those wings, we got to go up to Boca one day and try those things. All right, that is enough hijinks with this whole Herbert stuff.
This is the Big O Show.